Welcome back, everybody, and today we're going to be going over 10 reasons you might not want to move to Sacramento, California. Now, look, I think Sacramento is actually a really great place to live. I think it's one of the most underrated of the major metros in the state of California. I think it has an incredibly robust job market. It's one of the most diverse major metros in California. It's one of the most affordable major metros in California. It has a lot to offer, but let's be real, every place has its downsides. And if one of those downsides doesn't work for your family, it's really important for you to know that before you decide to pack up and move to Sacramento, California. So by the end of this list of these 10 reasons, you're going to know whether Sacramento, California is right for you or not. Or maybe there's a deal breaker on this list and you need to look elsewhere. So let's jump right in with reason number one that you may not want to move to Sacramento. Reason number one that you may not want to move to Sacramento, California is traffic. We've got a lot going on in Sacramento in terms of freeways. Going east and west, we've got Highway 50 and Highway 80. Going north and south, we've got Highway 5 and Highway 99. We are the capital of California, and we have a major international airport just north of the city on Highway 5. All of that adds up to a lot of traffic at peak traffic times. And this isn't even talking about things like Highway 65 over in the Roseville, Rockland, Lincoln area, or Business Loop 80, or any of that craziness. Basically, around the city center of Sacramento at peak traffic times, it can be quite a long wait to get anywhere. And it's something you should know depending on where you are coming from. If you're not used to dealing with a lot of traffic, there's a lot of traffic around Sacramento. So no matter how you slice it, if you don't like traffic, Sacramento might not be for you. If you're getting anything at all out of this video, hit the like button, click subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another video with crucial information to help you with your relocation. Now, back to the 10 reasons you may not want to move to Sacramento, California. Reason number two not to move to Sacramento is heat. Sacramento is a hot place to live. It is right in the Central Valley of California, and we see triple digits for 4 to 5 days at a time, a lot during the summer. If you don't like heat, if you don't like dry, hot summers, Sacramento isn't the place for you. Now, the one mitigating factor of this is that you do have the Delta running through Sacramento. And on those summer nights, you do get the Delta breezes. This is a real thing, and it does cool things off to t-shirt, sit on the porch and have a beer at 8 or 9 at night in the evenings. So you do get a break from the heat in the evenings due to those Delta breezes. But no matter how you slice it, if you don't like heat, you're not gonna like living in Sacramento. Now, right about now, you're wondering who I am and why you should listen to me about Sacramento or real estate or anything at all, really, and it's a fair question. My name is Rich Curtis with eXp Realty, and I've been selling homes here in the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years now, in markets ranging from the Great Recession to the COVID market insanity and anything and everything in between. So when it comes to Sacramento real estate, I've got you covered. My goal with this channel is to help you make the highest quality relocation and real estate decisions you can from the comfort of your couch. So to that end, let's jump right back into our list of the 10 reasons not to move to Sacramento, California. Reason number three not to move to Sacramento, California is that it's pretty crowded here. It is growing a lot. They are building out the suburbs all around Sacramento, and as such, there are a lot of people moving to Sacramento. As I mentioned in the intro, it is one of the most affordable major metros in the state of California, one of the most diverse major metros in the state of California. It's one of the most robust and diverse job markets of any of the major metros in California, which makes it a very desirable place to live. When you have a desirable place to live, lots of people come there. When lots of people come there, stuff gets crowded. So if you don't like a lot of people out on the streets, if you don't like waiting in lines at your favorite lunch restaurant, if you don't like waiting in large lines for sporting events, then Sacramento might not be the right place for you. No matter how you slice it, Sacramento is growing, and as it grows, it gets more and more crowded. Reason number four you might not want to move to Sacramento is that it doesn't have very good public transportation. Look, we've got buses and we've got a little bit of a light rail system down there, but really it's not that great. If you're coming from other places like San Francisco, this is no BART or Muni system, or Berkeley and Oakland, still no BART or Muni system. If you're coming from places like Boston, this is no T system, or places like Chicago, this is not the L. It really is a very limited, a little bit confusing and frustrating public transportation system to deal with. It is very much more a driving city than a public transportation city. So if you're coming from a place that has really great great public transportation, you rely on that and you use that very often in your daily life, and that is a critical thing for you to have in the city you're going to move to, then Sacramento just might not be for you. Reason number 5 you might not want to move to Sacramento is that it is a driving city. Like I mentioned in the last segment, there's not real great public transportation here. And the city has actually, as it's grown, sprawled out quite a bit. And so for the most part, if you live in Sacramento, you're going to have a car. Now, if you're moving from one of our primary relocation markets like the San Francisco Bay Area, you can really get along in life pretty good without a car there. And there's plenty of other major metros across the United States where you really don't have to have a car to survive. Sacramento just isn't one of those. To get by in your daily life in Sacramento, you're really going to have to own a car. So if that's something that bothers you, Sacramento might not be right for you. It also adds expense. Cars are expensive. Gas is expensive. Maintenance is expensive. You have to have a place to live where you can park that car. So it just means that Sacramento might not be the right fit for someone who doesn't want to have a car as part of their daily life. Reason number 6 you may not want to move to Sacramento is that there isn't as much nightlife as you may want. Now look, we have everything. We have great bars, great restaurants, we have music venues and great clubs and lots of fun things to do, but just not as much as the other major metros in the state. It's not going to compare to a San Francisco. It's not going to compare to an LA in terms of nightlife. So if you're still in the phase of life where going out lots of nights is important to you, going out multiple nights a week and having different venues and different clubs and lots on offer in that regard is important to you in your life right now, then Sacramento might not be the right fit for you. You might want to go to one of the other major metros that has more of that on offer. Look, if at the end of this video you still aren't sure if Sacramento is right for your family, or you want some advice on some of the other towns or some of the Sacramento suburbs, of which there are many, feel free to reach out to me via the contact information on your screen or in the description down below. Like I said, I've been selling homes here for over 20 years and I've helped hundreds of families just like yours decide where to land in the greater Sacramento area, and I'm always happy to help. All right, now back to our list of reasons why you may not want to move to Sacramento. Reason number 7 you may not want to move to Sacramento is that it has a smaller music scene. Now, look, when you think about major cities, you think about live music, or at least I do. And Sacramento does have actually a really thriving music scene, but it just isn't going to be as big as a San Francisco or an LA. So if going out multiple nights a week and seeing new emerging bands all the time is a big part of your life, then Sacramento may not be the right fit for you. Reason number 8 that you may not want to move to Sacramento is that it's still growing, and it's growing fast, especially in the suburbs. The Roseville, Rockland, Lincoln, all of this stuff, they are building out new homes massively still, which means a lot more people are moving into the area. And it's no secret why. Affordability is a big deal in California, and as I've said before, far and away, Sacramento is the most affordable major metro with a high quality of life in the state of California. With a median home price in the San Francisco Bay Area of 1.4 to 1.7 million, and a median home price in the LA area of 1.4 million, a median home price in the greater Sacramento area of $516,000 is a relative bargain. Now, it's crazy to me that here in 2025, we are talking about a little over $500,000 as being a bargain, but compared to the rest of the state, it is. You're talking like 3 times less money for the average home in the greater Sacramento area. That doesn't mean we don't have large, expensive luxury homes. And when you go out into the suburbs, actually the median home price does rise, with things like 625 over in Roseville and over 700s in Lincoln area. So there are more expensive homes on offer, of course, but even in those areas with the higher median home price, take something like Granite Bay with nearly $1 million median home price. Still, what you get for that $1 million in Granite Bay will blow your mind compared to what you would get for $1 million in a San Francisco, Alameda, Oakland, Berkeley, or LA. So Sacramento offers a high quality of life and a really attractive median home price, and as such, it's growing, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. So what this means for your family is all the things we've talked about Sacramento having a lot of traffic and being crowded. That stuff is likely going to get worse in the years to come. And if that's going to bother you and your family, then Sacramento may not be the right place for you. Reason number 9 you may not want to move to Sacramento is allergies, like seasonal allergies, hay fever, that sort of thing. Sacramento is called the city of trees, and it's known for its beautiful sycamore-lined streets. But it's not just the sycamores, it's got a ton of different tree species and wildflower species, and all of that stuff thrives here and it blooms big. I'm actually filming this video on what is considered like the second or third day officially of spring in 2025, and already you might even be able to hear in my throat and in my nose the seasonal allergies are in full effect. So if you have asthma, if you suffer from seasonal allergies, it's something you really want to consider. You want to come here in the spring, rent an Airbnb, get a hotel, spend a couple of days, and see how your body reacts to all the things that are blooming. The flip side of this is it makes it a very beautiful city, a very beautiful place to live. But boy, if you are an allergy sufferer like myself, it can be rough this time of year. Reason number 10 you may not want to move to Sacramento is a lack of major sports teams. Look, if you're a sports nut and you like to have major teams in multiple sports so you can go to games all the time, Sacramento might not be the right place for you. We do, of course, have the Sacramento Kings, and they're great. You can go to Kings games. But if baseball is your jam, the River Cats games are a blast. It's a great time to sit out at night on the Delta, drink a beer, watch the game, watch the fireworks afterwards with the kids. It is really, really fun, but it's not Major League ball. So if that's something that's important to you, that's going to be a problem here. Sac Republic, the soccer games, again, are awesome, really family-friendly, fun events to go to. We love it. But look, if you're used to being down in LA where you got the Rams and the Dodgers, right? Or being in San Francisco where you've got the Giants and the 49ers, or before they left over in Oakland, you had the A's and the Raiders, right? If you're used to that type of thing, having multiple major sports teams in the metro that you live in, and that's important to you and your family because you're the sports fanatic family, then Sacramento might fall short for your family when it comes to sports, and it might not be the right place for you. All right, that wraps up our list of 10 reasons you may not want to move to Sacramento, California. And I hope this has really helped you decide if Sacramento is right for your family or not. But if you want to take a deeper dive, you can click this video right here for my pros and cons of living in Sacramento video. Or if you want to see Sacramento compared to some of the other local suburbs, you can click this video right here for Sacramento versus Folsom. Or if you want to see Sacramento compared against multiple cities in the area, you can click this playlist right here for my town versus town comparison videos playlist. Either way, thanks for watching, thanks for making it to the end with me, and I'll see you on the next one.